So the last couple of weeks have been quite a bit crazy for me, so I'm going to take a minute to settle down, but it's been crazy in a good way. And for whatever reason, when life gets super busy and I'm juggling a bunch of different things at once, I'm usually at my best. It's usually when my mind starts going in a million different directions, which tends to be good. And it kind of hit me the other day. I've shared quite a bit with you guys about the real estate market, what it's like to buy a home, sell a home, and even what it looks like to move to Las Vegas. But I've never really taken the time to just sit down, have a conversation, and let you guys get to know me a little bit, who I am, how I got here, and really who I am outside of real estate. So let's do that for a second. Now, this is going to be completely informal, maybe a little bit unorganized, but I'm going to do my best to not get too winded. Now, some of y'all may not know this about me. Many of you probably do, but I'm actually not from Las Vegas. My husband, Jerry, and I are both originally from Texas. And about 22 years ago, we were living there with our two little ones, trying to figure out what the future was going to look like for our family. Now, Jerry was offered a really good work opportunity here in Las Vegas. And after a lot of conversation, we decided to take a leap of faith. He actually came out here first while the kids and I stayed back in Texas for roughly 6 months. We had a house to sell. I had a career of my own. Our families were there. And we were basically trying to wrap up one life that we knew so well and put it into another one that we barely knew. And when I say we barely knew Las Vegas, I mean it. We had been here once on vacation. We knew the Strip. We did all the touristy stuff when we were here. And that was pretty much Las Vegas as far as we were concerned. But eventually, we took the leap of faith. We packed up our family and moved here at the end of June in 2005. And let me tell you guys something. Oh my goodness, it was hot. And I don't think anything could have prepared me for stepping into that Las Vegas heat at the end of June and then realizing we were heading straight into the middle of summer. Now, Texas is hot, yes, but it is different. I remember thinking, what the heck have we gotten ourselves into here? But here we are more than 20 years later. Now, a couple of months after we moved here, I started a new job. And at that time, I was managing retail stores. And I really thought I was just continuing down the career path that I was already on. Of course, life had some other plans for me. Somewhere along the way, I found real estate, and I found something that really and truly fit me. I think a big part of that is because I genuinely do like helping people, and I like helping people achieve goals. I like getting to know them. I like being part of someone reaching that goal, especially if they didn't think they could. And I really enjoy helping people work through those moments in life where there are a lot of moving parts and they need somebody who is paying attention. Because if you know me, you know I'm usually thinking a few steps ahead. I am not a huge fan of surprises, I'll tell you that. I like to know what could happen, what are our options, and what are we going to do if plan A suddenly becomes plan B and plan B becomes plan C. That's just how my brain works. Now, over the years, some of my favorite relationships have come from real estate. A lot of my business has grown through referrals from people I've helped or people I've just met along the way. And that truly means a lot to me. But outside of real estate, I'm honestly very simple. I love my coffee. I've got my coffee here, but I'll tell you, it takes me a while to drink it, and I am a sipper all day long. I'll make 1 cup, heat it up 3 times. I don't know if you do the same thing. I don't drink it that fast. I'll take a few sips, set it down, and then kind of forget that I had it. If you ever see me walking around with a cup of coffee, it could have been from about 3 hours ago. I also do love to cook. I do not bake. Absolutely not, unless I have to. That is definitely not my forte, but cooking I do love. I love finding and trying new recipes. I like cooking things that are different and just being in the kitchen. The only problem is that I absolutely have zero idea how to cook for a small group. It's me, my husband, my son, but I don't know how to cook that way. So if you happen to show up at our house around dinner time, chances are there's probably enough food for you too. Home and family are a huge part of who I am. Now, Jerry and I will be celebrating 30 years together this September. We have 3 amazing kids. 2 of them are grown and out on their own, and we still have our 16-year-old at home with us, so we are not quite empty nesters yet. We're getting closer, but we're not quite there. We are now grandparents, which still feels a little surreal to say. And just for the record, we are still very young grandparents. I feel like that is extremely important to clarify. We have one beautiful little granddaughter, Stella, who joined our family just a few months ago. Another baby girl on the way. So we are very excited to have 2 little girls to love. And of course, we're going to spoil them. Whenever we can all get together, I truly love those moments, especially when we're all getting along. But it's tough, but it happens. Somewhere along the way, also, Las Vegas really did become home for us as a family, which is funny when I think about how little we knew about the city when we first moved here. Now, back then, Las Vegas was basically the Strip to us. Now, more than 2 decades later, I still find places that I've never been, restaurants we have never tried, and just kind of came across, or parts of the valley that somehow we just never really explored. It actually took us about 18 or 19 years of living here before we even spent time at the Arts District. If you've been there, you know it's amazing. And now we can't get enough. We go fairly often. I think that's one of the things that I have grown to love about Las Vegas. It's constantly changing. And even after living here as long as we have, there's still something new to discover all the time. There are also those places that we've been going to for years. They're kind of staples for us, and we love that too. It's funny because when we moved here, I never would have imagined that Las Vegas would become such a big part of our family's story, but it truly has. We've got some great stories to share. We've raised our kids here. We've built careers here. We've made amazing friendships here. We've watched this city change, and our family has changed right along with it. Is Las Vegas our forever place? I don't know, honestly. Who knows where the future is going to take you? But if there's one thing I've learned, it's that life has a funny way of taking you places you never really expected to go. We certainly didn't expect to end up here all those years ago. But right now, this is home, and we're still enjoying it, still discovering it, and still making memories here, great memories. So I guess that's a little bit about me. There's nothing super fancy, just who I am, where I came from, and a little bit of what life looks like when I'm not talking about real estate. And I would like to do more of this. Of course, I'm still going to share and talk about real estate and what's happening here in Las Vegas, because that's a big part of my life and what I do. But I also want to share more of the places that we discover, a little bit of everyday life around here, and probably some of the random moments that happen along the way, if that's okay with you. So thank you for joining me. I have my coffee. I'm going to take a sip here in a minute. But I really do appreciate you being here. And if you actually finished your coffee while we were talking, you're already doing better than me. I'm glad you're here, and I'm looking forward to getting to know you too. So share in the comments a little bit about yourself. Until next time, take care of yourself, and God bless. Bye.